Patmos is one of the most northern ones. It's small, rocky, volcanic. It's 34 square kilometers. That's about 13 square miles. 3,000 people live here in 3 villages: Skala, Hora, and Kambos, common names for villages on islands. As we turn on your left up on the hill, that's the village of Hora, our principal town, where our town hall is, and that is the castle there, the monastery of St. John. Skala is the hub of the village we're about to leave. This is where most of the commercial activities take place, where the banks are, the post office. Kambos is the rural area on the northern part of the island. Due to the history and the natural beauty, Patmos has developed into a leading tourist spot in Greece. That's why it's not a big surprise that the main occupation for most of the inhabitants has to do with tourism. Patmos' history begins very early in time. We've had inhabitants here from the 1600s BC. From inscriptions we learn a lot about the local cults and the mythology of the island. According to myth, the island owes its existence to the goddess of hunting and the moon, Artemis, also known in Roman times as Diana. According to the myth, the island was submerged in the sea, but Artemis could see it whenever she visited her beautiful temple in Ephesus in Asia Minor, when Selene, the moon, would light the waters. She fell in love with the island and asked her father, Zeus, if he could help bring it up to the surface. He did this for his little girl. The sun warmed it up, and Artemis brought the first inhabitants here, from a mountain in Asia Minor called Latmos. Some say the word Patmos is just a paraphrase of the word Latmos. And in antiquity, Patmos was a flourishing island with temples dedicated to Artemis, her brother Apollo, Venus. Some historians say there were 8,000 people living here. In the 2nd century BC, the island comes under the Roman occupation, slowly becoming a land of exile. It's in the 1st century AD that St. John is exiled.